What's cracking, people? Angelic Mayhem here, and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online. This is a new MMORPG that is coming out sometime in 2014. This game is currently in beta, and I have been a beta tester for about a month now. However, the NDA has finally dropped, and we are now allowed to talk about our experiences. I'm sure there are going to be tons of videos out there that talk about how to create a character or how to craft great weapons or whatever. In fact, I might end up making a few of them. But for this video, I just want to talk about my impressions of the game. I put in about 40 hours of time across 5 different characters. But the character that you're looking at here in the background is a Templar with whom I have stuck for about 22 hours, give or take. And I'm almost level 8. Before I get into my thoughts on the game, I have 2 disclaimers to make. The first one is that I am not an Elder Scrolls guy. The Elder Scrolls franchise has been around for 20 years, and in that time, they have released over a dozen titles, and each has tons and tons of story and characters that I know nothing about. I did play Oblivion for some 20 hours back in the day until I lost interest. I also played exactly 2 hours of Skyrim, which concluded harshly after I was stabbed to death by an entire village for confiscating one of their chickens. Having not saved up to that point, I rage quit and never looked back. So I cannot judge this game based on whether an Elder Scrolls fan would love it or not. My second confession is that I am a Wildstar guy. I love Wildstar. I fully plan on dedicating several months of my life to that game once someone gives me permission to do so. However, in no way does my love of Wildstar color my perceptions of this game, because I don't believe that the two can be compared. While both are certainly classified as MMORPGs, the Elder Scrolls Online isn't in the World of Warcraft mold, whereas Wildstar clearly is descended from WoW. Okay? The Elder Scrolls is actually the same single-player game that you would have seen in Oblivion or Skyrim, but simply ported to an online environment where you can play with your friends. I actually am quite critical of anybody who engages in the Wildstar versus ESO debate, as anybody who has actually played the both of them will tell you that they are completely different. So, enough of that. Let's talk about the Elder Scrolls Online. To begin, I personally judge MMOs on 4 criteria. They would be lore, interaction, combat, and exploration. And without a doubt, the best part about ESO is the lore, alright? The world of the Elder Scrolls, the creatures, the land, the politics, has been a winner for 20 years, and this version of the game is true to that heritage. In addition, the personal story of your character is very engaging. You are a prisoner who escapes from jail, you befriend this powerful wizard, and then you become a pirate in order to save your own life. But the one downfall of the lore in the Elder Scrolls Online is the fact that you have almost no choices to make in the whole of the game, okay? I honestly cannot recall making a single choice in the entire time that I've been playing. And that might change in the later game, or maybe after they tweak the story in the beta somehow. But at least in the opening levels that I've seen so far, this game is without question one of the most on-rails online titles that I have ever played. Even if you're presented with a quest dialogue where you must personally condone the massacre of a half-dozen innocent civilians, and you exit out of the dialogue to avoid choosing it, when you go to move on, the game will either halt your progress until you acquiesce, or the game will murder the civilians on your behalf. Think of it this way. In this game, you are the lead actor in an action movie whose director really doesn't like ad-libs. But if you're alright with not having choices, the lore of Elder Scrolls is fantastic, and you'll be hard-pressed to run out of books to read, people to chat with, and places to stay. In terms of interaction, I think this game did really well with this as well. I had several opportunities to partner together with other people. It's always great when you're in a cave with 5 enemies and you know that you're doomed, and then out of nowhere some other guy comes in and evens out the odds. Partnering, either as a party or with your guild, was quick, easy, and a ton of fun. I will caution, however, that my only caveat to this was one instance where I grouped up with 2 other guys and we went into battle against a zone boss, and our tank, who had aggro, ran away. As a result, the boss we were fighting chased our cowardly lion, and once far enough away from his spawn point, the boss immediately reset himself and went back to full health. Having worked on said boss for almost 2 minutes, we were pissed. But this is the kind of thing that they can work out during beta, so for now, let's just say that partying is a bunch of fun. Also, part of the interaction is your character. In this game, you can choose between several races and professions, but you're never pigeonholed. If you're playing with a 2-handed sword, for instance, and you decide that you want to switch to bow and arrow, go for it. Also, leveling up is a breeze, and the development of your character stats is mostly done through the various pieces of armor that you're going to find along the way. So there's a wide range of options for customizing your character. Beyond that, the crafting mechanic introduces you to a massive inventory of objects and resources that you can acquire during the game. Most of them you'll find lying on the ground, and you simply have to either mine them or pick them up. Then you can combine them to create upgrade parts, weapons, armor, or whatever, and then disassemble, scrap, upgrade, buy, or sell whatever you have in your inventory to make bigger, better stuff. You can even store things in your bank account and then use those objects while crafting, even though they're still in the bank. That's convenient. Combat is an essential part of any MMO. I think that the combat here is quite fluid. You can always run away if you get into trouble and, of course, have enough health to survive long enough. But for the most part, it consists of a 5 or 6 box quick bar that holds all of your magic spells, and then, of course, the weapon in your hand, which is controlled by just clicking on the bad guy. You can also combine magic spells with other players to create huge combos that can quickly end a zone boss. There is a wide variety of AoE and one-on-one spells, and each spell gains experience over time, allowing you to upgrade and customize your spell bar depending on how you like to play the game. So like some spells will allow you to change them so that instead of attacking one guy, you can attack up to 5, with the same amount of damage, or you can continue to attack one guy but boost the damage to outrageous levels. But last on my list is the one that I like the most, which is exploration, okay? And in this, however, I would say that the Elder Scrolls Online falls flat on its face. Exploration is about more than giving me an empty fishbowl to run around in, okay? Exploration is about allowing a user to climb to the top of tall rocks and peek into dark caves and find alternate ways into how to enter buildings. It's about rewarding a person's adventurous side outside of combat. In this game, not only are you not rewarded for exploring, but more often than not, you get a slap on the hand for being impudent. There are many invisible walls, especially when climbing. The jumping mechanic is weak. There's no way to grapple onto ledges or anything like that. If you do succeed in climbing to the top of something amazing, there is never any reward, okay? The only chests that you find are simply hiding behind tents and rocks and are rarely off the beaten path. If you try to swim around a cliff face, you'll be attacked by barracudas. If you try to explore the entire island, you'll find that large chunks of the map are simply unexplorable, as they're hundreds of meters in the air and behind sheer cliff walls that just can't be surmounted. The game uses the same assets in multiple places, to the point where you'll know you can't climb a rock simply because you'll recognize it as you're walking up to it. This game has a lot of running. There are no quest hubs, so the NPCs who give you your jobs are going to be standing by themselves and spread out all over hell, all right? you will find several occasions in the first few levels where you have to run across the whole of the island to accomplish a single mission, only to run back across the island to turn it in. It's a huge hassle, all right? And this speaks to my final thought on The Elder Scrolls Online, which is this. I can't help thinking the entire time that I've been playing this game that it has been designed with the sole purpose of taking up as much of your time as is possible. It's no secret that this game is going to be a pay-to-play game when it launches, all right? And that's fine. I have no beef with pay-to-play. In fact, I think that all MMOs should be pay-to-play. But the way that you keep people playing by paying... The way that you keep people paying their subscription fees, okay, is not to force them to aimlessly wander around an empty world, killing the occasional sand crab, all right? You keep your subscribers by offering a huge number of quests that allow you to either, A, dissolve into the Elder Scrolls universe if you want to surrender to the lore, or B, skip past all the side stuff that you don't want to worry about to level up as fast as possible. And every now and then, you've got to put a treasure chest on an island and let me swim there to get it without condemning me to death. I'm going to reserve my final judgment of this game for when it finally comes out. After all, it's still in beta, and some of these things might change. But if the attitude of the developers doesn't improve, and this thing launches without some serious consideration given to proper exploration, you're going to find a lot of grumpy people standing at the bottom of an empty fishbowl reading books written by dead people. So that is my first impressions video of the beta for The Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this in the future. I'm Angelic Mayhem, and I'll see you next time.